Hate all capitals. Yeah, it just seemed like grammatically incorrect to me, but... Oh, friends' names. Yeah, I did do that, actually. By the time I got to playing this, I was okay to just change their names from all caps to... lowercase, but when I was playing Final Fantasy 1, there are no default names. So I always thought the default names were probably the ones listed in Nintendo Power, which was like Fighter, what was it? Warrior, Fighter, White Mage, Black Mage was like Borsley, Toth, and Jed. Or Borsley, Jed, and Toth. So I named my characters that, but then eventually I named them like Mike, John, Jeff, and Suzanne, which were my friends when I was growing up. Like how they brush off his feet. So the game's not really exciting at this point. There's not a lot of battle. It's mostly story development, and there's nothing unique to a low level, or not a low level, but a natural magic gameplay right now, so I'm just kind of running through it. But it will get exciting soon, I promise. This is sort of the mandatory introduction. I thought I would be introducing my channel, but during the beginnings of this, but there's really not much to say. Guys, missing a few buttons. Grape short of a fruit salad. Metroid run one time where you try not to look at the screen. Yeah. Yeah, I can't. I mean, the game was on. It was just, you know, that Super Nintendo that Jesse has. Sometimes you need to blow the game in old school fashion. Alright, let's take a nap. Alright, Edgar. What the? Kefka. It's like a Beavis quote. Welcome to my barbecue. Ooh, ha, ha, ha. Or do I? Or maybe I do. This game is just chock full of great little moments. Great scenario writing, great scripting. I mean, it's Final Fantasy VI. Go get him. I'm gonna try to see how long I can go without not only using not using magic, but not using Terra's magic also, because when you first use it, you get this little cutscene in whatever battle you happen to be in, and I want to see how long that stays with the game. I might try to just get like all the way to Vector or something, and then use Fire for the first time, and then see if it actually triggers the script. That should do it. Yep. 2 potions, alright. I don't think that's guaranteed. That's like 600 gold. Here you go, Bob. Son of a submariner. They'll pay for this. Okay. Is that a bad person? My wrist is literally like sore from playing Smash Brothers last night. At the top, right here. Too much shining. Alright, so now the game really begins. Basically. I can't go back to Figaro, though I'd love to, because then I could buy discount items and discount tools. So we'll have to make it through this cave without the Noise Blaster, which is going to play a big part in this kind of run-through, because it's not only useful as a muddle tool to confuse all the enemies for free, it's, I'm going to go save. It's used to buy me another turn, basically, because all regular encounter monsters are, it automatically hits. Alright, so, here we go. Triple shines, yeah. Shinies for gimps. For a little bit, I was actually practicing shining when I first got into Spacies, but now I just don't really practice it. It just doesn't seem to have any purpose past 2. I mean, if you could consistently shine on shield perfectly, frame perfectly, and break shields, and I think it takes like 8 or 9 or something, some crazy amount, then it would be worth practicing, but even Hacks and West Balls can't do that every time, or do it even consistently enough to rely on it. So I'm definitely never gonna be able to do it. Should I get the treasures in this cave? Because they mutate after you come back in the World of Ruin. I think they mutate twice. Actually, I think it's probably a good idea to get it. Because I'm going to need the items a lot more in the beginning of the game than I'm going to need them after I get to the World of Ruin. Even in a natural magic, no grinding, low level kind of game. This game, if you know it, if you have enough knowledge, it's not difficult. So, but I think the World of Balance is a lot more difficult than the World of Ruin. But we'll see what happens. I've never really done this before, so I hope it works out. Tincture. Only useful to Terra and Celis in this one. Let's try it. Still kind of boring. There's not much I can do. Edgar's auto crossbow is super OP. So we're going to rely on that for a little bit until we get Sabin, and then his R bolt is just nuts. For a long time. If you over level, you can get Fire Dance really early, and then that's really broken, but I don't plan on getting it even until the World of Ruin. No, that's probably too late. I don't know. Certainly not in Vector, like I have done in the past. Should be stealing more. Because really money is going to be a big mitigator of what I can and can't do. Because I'm not going to be able to afford equipment for more than 1 or 2 people. And unless I go with subpar equipment, which I might do. Alright, Phoenix down. Much needed. Oh, you know what I need to do here? Steal from a Rhinotaur, the Mithril Claw. These other guys might have cool stuff too, but I don't know. I don't have the steal list memorized. I just know the Mithril Claw is kind of important. So we'll go straight to... I think I'll go Rhinotaur here. I think this will kill the 2 Rhodoxes. Not the Rhodox. Maybe not. I don't think he... Ooh! He does have a special. Let's not die here. In the back row, because we're not doing a lot of battling or fighting. Yeah. There are some games that it's really irritating in because the encounter rate is super high, and it's like you can't even enjoy the I just got the tonic. You can't even enjoy the overworld music because it's just constantly interrupted by random encounters. But it's not too bad in this game. There are 2 relics that can mitigate that issue. One is called the Charm Bangle, and that like halves the encounter rate, or makes it take twice as long for you to encounter something. And then there's another one called the Moogle Charm that completely eliminates it, and we will be using that when I eventually get it. You don't get it until very late in the game. But I think it would be critical in a game like this, in a playthrough like this, I mean. Zubat. Sprint shoes, finally. Oh, very important. Absolutely. Alright. True Knight